Now, meanwhile, it's been more than 2 years since IBM bought cloud company Red Hat for $34 billion, the largest software acquisition at the time. Since then, Red Hat has driven nearly $3.5 billion in business for Big Blue. And with experts predicting the online shopping boom and work from home sticking around post-pandemic, enterprise software has become even more important. So what's next for the software companies behind that technology? Joining me now is the president and CEO of Red Hat, Paul Cormier. Paul, great to have you. I like to call this Cloud Week. We've got AWS reInvent happening right now. And not only hybrid, but multi-cloud have become increasingly important trends in the space. And Red Hat has been there longer than anybody, one could argue. How is that affecting the requests that you're getting from customers?
Well, I mean, it really is everything we hear about from customers. One of the things we've seen this coming for a long time because open source software and Linux is really the heart of the technology behind cloud computing, all cloud computing for that matter. Open source development has been the model where innovation's really grown over the last 10, 15, 20 years, especially in the infrastructure space in the enterprise. Essentially, open source has become mainstream. Open source development and Linux has become mainstream. So this is what our customers are starting to look at for their future. And so we hear these things from them every day, and that's what we're addressing.
Now, some months ago, I remember talking to IBM CEO Arvind Krishna about how, hey, IBM's looking to serve customers however they want to be served, even if it means not necessarily getting the sale for a different IBM division. Now, AWS is coming after mainframes this week at reInvent, trying to get people to migrate off of them. That's a big business for IBM. How much is Red Hat able to serve the type of customer that's even maybe moving off of other IBM technology?
Well, whether it's mainframe or other technologies that are in the current data center, I mean, we're talking here about a shift over time. I mean, cloud computing's been around for 14 years, something like that, maybe a little longer. And, early on when we talked cloud, a lot of people were saying every application is going to the cloud tomorrow. That really, once they got into that and looked at that, that's really kind of impractical. And what CIOs are doing today is they're looking to look what their overall architecture is looking like and where applications need to sit. Some will sit on premise, some will sit out in one cloud, some will sit out in different clouds. That's what we've been building to for the last 8+ years, is that architecture. We saw that coming because, as I said earlier, most of this innovation is built around Linux and open source, and we've been helping our customers get on that technology for over 20 years now.
A really important trend, especially as businesses and consumers rely more on technology during these times. Paul, thank you.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.